As our technology evolves, so do the threats against it. As AI gets better at mimicking humans, it can be challenging to protect ourselves and our information both online and in the real world. Who's feeling this? A raise of hands. To introduce a unique demonstration of how we can protect ourselves against bad actors online, please welcome Senior Vice President of Public Policy and Stakeholder Engagement, Jennifer Sloan.
Hello. Welcome. As Amber mentioned, I'm Jennifer Sloan, SVP of Public Policy and Stakeholder Engagement at Mastercard Canada, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be here this evening for this exciting cybersecurity session. This is extremely timely as today marks the first day of Cybersecurity Awareness Month in Canada, and Mastercard is proud to be sponsoring this session. Tonight, we're going to dive into the often unseen world of social engineering and the real-world impact it can have on individuals and businesses. The cybersecurity landscape is ever evolving. At Mastercard, we're at the forefront of building trust, innovative solutions to keep businesses and consumers safe. In this session, we'll see firsthand how cyber threats can manifest in our everyday lives, especially with the increasing use and integration of AI. We're going to discuss practical steps and best practices we can all take and follow to stay secure. Earlier this week, Arlene Dickinson, founder and managing partner of District Ventures Capital, and Rachel Tobac, CEO of Social Proof Security, connected on a video demonstration on how easily personal and professional information can be exploited to show just how vulnerable we can be if we're not cautious, where Rachel used open source information to simulate a social engineering attack on Arlene. Are we ready to jump in? Roll tape.
Today, I've got a live hacking demonstration for Arlene Dickinson, business mogul, best-selling author, and celebrity investor on Canada's Dragon's Den. Yes, Canada's Shark Tank. Arlene is a legend, and I am so excited. And a little nervous for her, because I did find some stuff.
So they know where I'm going, where I live, what I'm doing, what my passwords are, and where I've gone online.
Unfortunately, all of the above.
I do not like it. That's what I think. I don't like it.
Thank you, Elevate and Mastercard. Today, I'm going to be doing a live hacking demonstration with Arlene. Arlene, I am so excited to be doing this with you. I hope that you don't hate me at the end of this, because I really think you're
I hope so too. I might. But I won't hate you. I'm going to hate all the people that are misusing the technology.
Right. You don't hate the player, you hate the game, right?
Right.
All right, let's jump in. First, let's talk about how cyber criminals get access to our personal details to be able to hack us at all. So they've got to find email addresses, phone numbers. They got to figure out how they are going to reach us. I was able to find quite a bit of your data on data brokerage sites. So this screenshot that you're seeing here is one singular data brokerage site selling access to 8 emails, 6 phone numbers, personal details like addresses.
That's very creepy.
This information can be taken down, so I can teach you how to do that. But unfortunately, with just one of those email addresses that I found for free on a data brokerage site, I was able to find multiple leaked passwords, emails, usernames, addresses, IP addresses. We're talking the place that you were in real life when you accessed these websites. I can see where that is on a map. And
that is awful, actually.
Unfortunately, there was another, and it involved a clear text password, meaning the password was available with no encryption. I was able to view the password, and I could even log into this site as you, gaining access to your contacts. I didn't do it, to be clear, but I could have done it if I wanted to.
So they know where I'm going, where I live, what I'm doing, what my passwords are, and where I've like gone online, and how to phone me, email me, visit me.
Unfortunately, all of the above, which is why we're talking about this today, to get you set up.
Wow.
So now we see your good friend Brian here. We can spoof a caller ID. We can make it look like anyone is calling. We pick up the phone, and we can even make it sound like it's Brian. We can do a voice clone live during that phone call.
That I didn't know. I knew the phone number part of it, but I didn't know that they could make them sound like them as well.
Okay, now it's time for that AI voice clone that I was telling you about. So I took about 1.5 minutes of your voice, and I created a voice clone. So this AI voice cloning tool, like I mentioned, it cost me about $5 per month. So this is extremely scalable for attackers.
My name is Arlene Dickinson, and I endorse this new product called Pastelicious.
Can you believe that that's your voice saying something that you've never said? At least not something that I've ever heard you say.
No. And you just literally talked into the application that translates it into my voice.
That's it.
Like, I do not like it. That's what I think. I don't like it.
Well, unfortunately, it's about to get scarier.
You pretty much have taken everything in my life right now. So, okay, how does it get scarier?
I'm going to wear your face. I can basically wear your face like a digital mask, and I can get you to say something that looks authentic. So, are you ready to kind of get a sense of what this looks like? I'm going to use just this picture of you, which is available online, to essentially wear your face like a live mask. Here we go.
This is like terrifying. How is that possible?
Hey, I'm so sorry. I'm stuck at the airport. Credit cards are not working. Can you go to Western Union and wire me $2,000? I will pay you back. Sorry.
No, like just no. I feel like I need to go like this all the time now. Like, you can't take my face. You can't take my face. You can love my face, but you're not allowed to wear my face. Rachel, this was like eye-opening, like in so many ways. Thank you for showing me what I need to now do to protect myself. And I'm going to be very, very, very aware thanks to you.
You're going to be the most politely paranoid dragon in the den, I think.
I am going to be very politely paranoid.
Please welcome back co-founder and CEO of Social Proof Security, Rachel Tobac, CEO of District Ventures Capital, Arlene Dickinson, and Senior Vice President of Public Policy and Stakeholder Engagement at Mastercard Canada, Jennifer Sloan.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
If
Rachel?
I call any of you to send $2,000, don't.
Got to thank Rachel and Arlene for that eye-opening video demonstration. I mean, it's just clearly a very powerful and scary, right, reminder of how easily our online information and likeness can be used against us, right, to essentially hack us. Oh my gosh. Okay, Arlene, you just rewatched the video backstage and you kept saying, oh my gosh. Full disclosure, I got a little preview myself. It scared me, shitless. Tell me, what are your thoughts after seeing that? And you've had a bit of time to reflect.
Yeah, I mean, I understood that people could, hack into your accounts, and I understood that there was certainly deep fakes out there, but what I didn't understand was how easy it is and how inexpensive it is. So it was really eye-opening, particularly when you have a profile where, you have so much video out there of yourself and people can take that video easily. I mean, you already have and already get all sorts of people impersonating me to try and sell things. So this is something I care deeply about, and we should all care deeply about.
Yeah. Rachel, hi, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me come in, beamed in digitally.
Yeah, fantastic. look, you're an ethical hacker. Is that fair?
That is correct.
Okay.
That is right.
So you've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly of cybersecurity use, right? The good, bad, and the ugly. Can you share with us what social engineering actually is and why it's such a potent threat?
Sure. Yeah, so social engineering is basically tricking people. It's the human element of security. So it takes the way that we interact with computers and it really just relates it only to people. So whether it's you clicking on a phishing link, on a text message or email, getting tricked in a social media DM, a phone call, a standard email, a PDF, I mean, anywhere that a human interacts with the technology, that's where social engineering comes into play. And that could be as simple as me picking up the phone, calling you, which I'm not going to do today, don't worry. Picking up the phone and calling you and asking you for a password or a multi-factor authentication code. And it's such a big deal because the majority of attacks start with the human element of security. We know from Verizon's DBIR report this year that 68% of attacks start with people getting tricked into giving away information, access, or just wiring money to the wrong person.
Yeah. Apparently, last year, the stat is $596 million was lost in Canada alone. And the RCMP and the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre will tell us that only about 10% of fraud is actually reported. So that number is going to be way bigger.
Yeah,
right?
that's crazy.
Yeah. So, Arlene, you're a key figure, beloved. You're in the business world, and you have been for many years. Before you met Rachel on this video, you probably heard about this, but did you have any real sense of it, understanding?
No, I mean, like I knew that if I was getting a text from Revenue Canada saying I had a refund, that was not going to be true. And I was smart enough to know that. I was smart enough to know if, somebody said, "Hey, Mom, I lost my phone because I, it went down the toilet." And not telling which one of my kids it was, that it wasn't one of my kids, so I knew all that. But what I didn't understand, as I said earlier, was just to the extent which they can actually replicate and duplicate the people in my lives, the partnerships in my lives, and make me feel that they're true. And in fact, thanks to Rachel and me becoming more politely paranoid. She put sorry in the video twice because I'm Canadian and she's from America. She said, I have to say sorry a lot. So
Sorry.
But when she told me about that, I actually just today was getting a delivery made to my house, and the text came in and said, "Hey, we're delivering to your home. Just click on the link." And I thought, what would Rachel do? And I went, she would say, "No, you need to check somewhere else to make sure this is legit." So I went to my email to see if I had the same request in an email format. So I learned that there are multiple ways to check whether these things are real, even though we think we're tech savvy, even though we think we're really aware, and I really believed I was. There's so much going on and it's happening so quickly that you have to stay up with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I watched it, I had something similar, and I was just, oh my gosh, I got to double, triple check that. And we often say at Mastercard, like it's just not a matter of if someone's going to attempt to hack us, it's when, right? And we've got to be super mindful of that. Rachel, look, one of the takeaways from your demonstration with Arlene is that, and as Arlene just said, everyone should be politely paranoid. Can you reiterate to the audience how we do that and why it's so crucial to be as cautious as you've demonstrated?
Of course. So being politely paranoid is actually really simple, and it's exactly what Arlene just did. We want to use two methods of communication to verify that people or companies are who they say they are. We get a text message and they say, "Hey, it's it's a Delta, for instance, your baggage has been found." We need to think, wait a minute, did I just put out on Twitter that my bag was lost? Could an attacker figure out that they should pretend to be Delta to me and get me to click a link. We have to put the pieces together to realize, let me not just click this link right away, let me reach out to Delta myself.
Yeah.
So using that extra method of communication will protect you, whether it's somebody trying to trick you in a regular old phishing attack, or if they're using AI to impersonate trusted people in your lives, like the people that you're on Dragon's Den with, for instance.
Yeah, one of the things, Arlene, that struck me in the video was that Rachel did you go to a site to access your passwords?
Yeah, she found my addresses, my phone numbers, some of my passwords that were old passwords but still available. And then, of course, what she just said, which was the AI impersonation of me, which, I've seen people imitate me before, but not with my voice and my image at the same time. And it's that layering that makes it feel so real. And if I can just, you saw the video, one of the things, sorry, I'm probably, but one of the things that I talk a lot. When you're on the show, you have to just butt in, okay? So I'm just used to it. But one of the things that I found really fascinating was when they put the voice and your face together as an exemplary image, there is a bit of a time delay. So when you saw that video, you would have seen that her voice wasn't quite matching up. And I said, well, I can tell from that. And she said, no, because I would just say to you, hey, watch I've got bad Wi-Fi, so everything's delayed. So there's always a reason for why things are happening the way they are when you're seeing the video. So you've just got to be incredibly careful.
Right. Do you actually have 6 phones with 6 numbers, or did she trace down previous numbers?
I am not telling.
But there's data broker sites, Rachel, and I think we have to be aware of those. Can you talk a little more about what those sites are, and are there any preventative measures that we can take?
Yeah. So a data brokerage site is a site that sells access to your personal contact details, like your phone number, your email address, your address, your physical address. And the reason why this is so important to take down is because if I don't know those details, it's really hard for me to pretend to be you to your service providers, like calling up your telco, for instance. I don't know what your current address is. They're going to ask me that to verify identity, and it just makes it harder for the attacker, which is what we want. These data brokerage sites, they pop up every quarter or so. So it's kind of like whack-a-mole. You have to whack it, like the data brokerage site. This one goes down, this one pops up 2 weeks later. This one goes down, this one comes up 3 months later, and it's really frustrating. So I recommend taking the information off the data brokerage sites. There are a lot of tools that you can use online. They don't pay me to say this, I just think they do a really, really good job. So one is called Delete Me by a company called Abine, one's called Hush, there's another one called Picnic. There's a million out there. Just pick the one that feels right for you and get your data brokerage information kind of under wraps and remove that. You can go through on Google and remove that data yourself by clicking the 3 dots on the right side of each Google search and then clicking remove. But remember, it keeps popping up, and it's not just on Google, it's on the data brokerage site itself. Now, I use multiple websites to find information, not just data brokerage sites. I used a site called Dehashed, which is a data breach repository, and it shows all of the leaked passwords from data breaches. So these data breaches that Arlene is involved in, every one of us is probably involved in. It's no fault of Arlene, and Arlene can't do anything to prevent these companies from having a data breach. There's nothing Arlene could do to prevent that. So we really just have to understand, okay, once the password is leaked online, the internet's kind of written in pen. It's out there. We've got to make sure that our passwords are long, random, and unique for every single account. Because if that password leaks, for your movie streaming site or the place you order pizza, now I could use it to log into your bank account and steal your money, or your email and reset all your other accounts, and we don't want that.
So Arlene, you mentioned that you got the text, it gave you pause, you checked your email. But have you gone to any of these sites that Rachel's spoken about just to do another sweep, or?
So what I did do was I actually hired one of the companies that she mentioned today and asked them to go down through all of my passwords and sites and everything, gave them all my information, and they're busy cleansing everything out of the internet. It takes some time to do, by the way. It doesn't happen instantly, as many of you will know, so it takes some time to do, but they're working on that, and the company that I picked, I'll give them a plug, they're not paying me to do this, but it was Picnic, and they actually talked to 10 other of my close contacts, because it's not just me that could get hacked, it's people close to me, my accountants, the people, my financial advisors. And so they go through all of them and make sure that they actually also are secure. And so you're broadening the net so that you have a larger group that have secure information on the internet.
Right. Picnic, P-I-C.
Yeah. I bet you everybody out here knows what Picnic stands for in the technology world. No? Look it up. It's pretty funny.
And Rachel, just so are there any other tips that you can leave with us as our time comes to a close?
Absolutely. So, number one, be politely paranoid. Basically, that means use 2 methods of communication to confirm people are who they say they are. Number 2, use a long, random, unique password stored in a password manager. This could be a password manager you use digitally, or if you're trying to support somebody who isn't comfortable with digital tools, this could even be a notebook in a lockbox. You really just have to consider your threat model, and it's unlikely someone's going to break into your aunt's house to find those passwords in a lockbox, right? So we have to make sure that we help people based on their digital threat model. And then number 3, you want to turn on multi-factor authentication, that second step you use to log in for every account. That could be a code sent to your phone, or it could be an app or a physical hardware security key. Whatever you choose, I hope that you choose something that's easy for you to use and feels convenient and secure.
Right. Well, we hope this conversation has highlighted the real-world implications of cybersecurity threats and the steps we need to protect ourselves. So whether it's being politely paranoid, using long passwords, or enabling multi-factor authentication, these simple yet effective measures can significantly reduce your risk of falling victim to cyber attacks. To succeed and protect people from scams, we need to embrace a proactive and multi-layered approach that includes both technology solutions and industry collaboration. Thank you, Arlene and Rachel. Everyone, please join me in giving them a round of applause. And thank you all for joining us this evening. Make sure to stay vigilant, stay informed, stay secure, and let's continue to build a secure digital future together. Thank you.
Thank you very much.